Hey, bro, crank it up. Wow. Wow.
All right, Coach. So, hey, in the past, it's been, hey, we finished 10-3 last year. Now it's time to build on that. With all in this current landscape, can that still be the approach, or is it more like constructing a new team?
It's a mixture of both. We do have some guys back for once, which is great. But you got so many new faces, and you're not gonna make a deep run anymore without depth, And so it's getting the second, the third teamer, even the true freshman. I think we played every single guy on the defense last year except for maybe 3 guys took a snap. So we got to get them all ready, and it's valuable to have them all here for spring. We got pretty much, I think, all but 3 guys here for spring, so got a long way to go. But they're building on the foundation is there, and so to get some reward for all their hard work has been good. There's been a lot of buy-in on that side.
How much did you get feelers from other teams in the offseason? I think a lot of people, with the success of the defense and how long you've been here, that maybe you'd be gone,
Hey, we love it here. There's always feelers. We tell the players the same thing. Hey, if you play well, if you coach well, you're going to get recruited, and the players are experiencing that now too. So it's been that way since we've got here, but we really believe that we can build something special here at ODU, and just love the whole support of the community, the university, and working for Coach Ronnie. So
how much did all the troops over there, kind of stabilizing the family in one place, did that play a factor?
We do keep our priorities faith, family, football, and sometimes that's hard to do. Your time is inverted in this profession, but I know I've been doing this long enough that I know the grass isn't always greener, and so I think when you're in a good spot with good people, there's a lot of value in that.
It seems like the first year in, 2 or 3 years, where you're going to have to totally rebuild the secondary. You got 3 starters returning. How does that feel different? Or
Yeah, how about that for a change? I think this might be the first year we can do it that way, right? But we're kind of rebuilding it a little bit in the linebacker room for once. But without a doubt, having those safeties back is huge, and having some corners back with experience, having some young corners with some depth is huge for us. So, but the key is, I think last year we really left a lot out there, a lot of meat on the bone, and so there's a lot of improvement left to be made. So we got to get these guys up to speed in a hurry.
How much does coming off of a big season like this entice you in recruiting and trying to get guys to come here?
Success on the field always helps you in recruiting, no doubt about it. But I think the game has really changed. Sometimes it's a little bit less about recruiting, and it's a little bit more about how much are you paying,
Defensive line, you lose Trinidad, you lose Ricardo Williams. What do you guys have to do in the spring to kind of replace that production?
A lot. Those guys were great players for us, but they were even more valuable in the locker room with the leaders, the camaraderie, the culture that those guys really bought into their whole time here. And so I think that's probably harder to replace than the production on the field, and that's saying a lot because those guys were really productive, especially Chris Trinidad. So, but the key is we do have capable guys, and we do have some returning guys. So the pieces are there. We just got to get them to grow up in a hurry.
They brought Zion out here to talk to us. What are you looking for him in his season this year?
Zion, this is really his year to grow into his own at corner. He kind of got, he's been a young, talented guy that has played safety, played corner, played another safety spot, gone back to corner. And so what he did last year, really not being healthy all year long, was amazing. And so fired up to get him healthy, but even more fired up to let him settle in at corner and then to take the next step and grow into his own at that position.
What are your goals for defense this spring?
Well, first of all, we've got to rebuild the culture. That's an everyday, it's a living, breathing thing, how hard we play, how fast we play, how disciplined we play. Those are the big 3 for us. And then, to me, it's developing the depth, because like we just talked about, you're not going to get through our non-conference schedule and the Sun Belt play without having a 2 deep, and I think you need a quality 3 at every position. So we got to get all those guys ready to go.
I'm sure you won't name schools, so I won't even ask. But what was the nature of some of the interests you got in terms of conferences, maybe?
Yeah, Power Four. I mean, but that's not unique. I mean, I've always been up at those levels, you know, coming down here, and I think when you go out and recruit and you build what you build here and you talk to these kids and all that, I mean, to me, there's relationships are always the end all be all for me, and you know, the money's a part of it, but you know, it's not everything. You know, it'll never make you happy. So, you know, we're happy here, and the key is we've got unfinished business here. We have unfinished business here. So we came here to build a champion, and we haven't quite got there yet.
Yesterday, you got to celebrate the bowl win over at President Hempel's house. Is that kind of the last hurrah in terms of celebrating that, or?
I mean, it was a great event. I mean, they wined and dined us. I mean, we all had a filet, crab cakes. I mean, it was, the biggest dessert. I mean, that dessert was one of the 7 wonders of the world, I think. You know, I mean, that thing was unbelievable. So it was just a great time to get together and relax and celebrate the year. You know, and it was just cool to do that, even though there's a lot of new faces that weren't a part of that group. But I think it's just helped us as a team bonding too, you know, to kind of keep moving forward to the future. It was a great event.
So the whole team went?
The whole team.
Man,
the whole team.
It's a lot of desserts.
I think they said it was the biggest group that they've hosted there, you know, and it was awesome. They nailed it. It was great.
I'm gonna be a redshirt junior this coming fall.
And what's your position again?
Corner.
Okay, we want a corner.
Yes, sir.
Where'd you go to high school in Chesapeake?
I went to Great Bridge High School in Chesapeake. Great Bridge High School. Yes, sir.
So you're one of the chosen 5, as they say, one of the 5 guys returning on defense
I am.
as
Yes,
a
sir.
starter.
Yeah.
What's it like being one of the kind of elder statesman guys out there?
Really, I mean, this day and age of college football, you know, it's ever changing with the players and whatnot. So I guess it feels good to have some continuity as far as, you know, some of the players coming back and being a leader to the younger guys, just newer guys, and just show them the pride way for the defense. So it feels good.
What made you say, hey, I want to stick around here? I want to still be part of the Monarchs.
Really, the relationships. For me, I had to figure out what was important for me and my journey and what I wanted to accomplish as far as going to the NFL. That's my end goal, and then just understanding the plan what Coach Ronnie has for me and my teammates and just the team overall. Just figuring out what was important to me. That was, you know, my decision to stay.
Did Blake coming back and Ricky coming back, did that
Most
play a
definitely.
factor?
No question, of course. Coach Seiler, I feel like he's a great defensive coordinator. Puts us in positions to win and be successful, so most definitely, without a doubt.
Hey, Zion, in the past it's been, hey, we finished 10-3, we're trying to build on that. Is that still the approach with so many new guys, or is it more like constructing a new team?
I feel like kind of both. You know, just having a winning pedigree just last year, and then trying to implement the new guys into that, and just have them understand what the Monarch way is, and on defense specifically what the Pride way is. I mean, kind of both, I would say. Most definitely.
When you're on a team that just went 10-3, I'm sure that gets the attention of other schools.
Yeah.
How tempted were you after the season to look elsewhere?
I mean, it was definitely, you know, some schools and whatnot. I announced my intentions to enter the portal and whatnot, but after talking to Coach Ronnie, Coach Seiler, and Coach Reed, my position coach, became clear after a few days, you know, where I wanted to be at. Like I said, just understanding what was important to me, just taking time with my family and, you know, those who I trusted most to really just, you know, figure out what was important to me and what I wanted to accomplish in the end. So,
How close did you come to committing somewhere else before you opted back out of it?
I wasn't close to committing anywhere. I would say, you know, stuff was in place for maybe go visit places, but I wasn't close to committing anywhere, no.
Were you actually in the portal?
No, I just had announced my intentions.
Okay.
You know.
Zion, a year ago this time you were making the switch from safety to cornerback.
Yeah.
How is your approach this year different from last?
This year, I guess last year around this time I hadn't played much, you know, the year before, so I was just trying to get my feet wet and just, you know, prove myself from that standpoint. I feel like I've proved myself a little bit more. So this time around, I'm just trying to be more of a leader, be more vocal, you know, fine-tune certain techniques, and just be more comfortable at the corner position, you know, after having a full season of playing.
What makes Blake Seiler a good coach?
The disguises. We run a lot of different things. Well, we run a lot of the same things, but it looks different, you know. A lot of 3-high stuff. We can change it up to 2-high, but run some of the same coverages, and just the disguise. You know, it's a lot of interchangeable things that feel like confused the quarterback and overall the offensive coordinator.
What is he like? Describe his relationship with players, and also his family's relationship with players.
I would say Coach Seiler is a people person, most definitely. He's a man of faith. I feel like his relationship with players is really well, to be honest with you. His wife and the kids are around here all the time. Actually, we have a call. It's named Jade. A call is after one of his kids, so I think like that should tell you, all it is there. Like I said, though, I feel like he's a great man. I have a lot of talks with Coach Seiler. Like I said, when I announced my intention to enter the portal, there was a lot of talking with Coach Seiler. He's a great man overall, I think.
Yeah.
Is there a different type of energy coming off of a big season like you guys had last year coming into camp?
Yeah, I guess expectations is higher. It's a lot of new guys though, so it's kind of like you would expect that, but it's a lot of new guys that weren't on that 10-3 team. So, I mean, from the returning players, definitely the energy is up. Expectations are high. We want to repeat and do even better. So, yeah.
Is part of the challenge getting the new guys to buy in, or are they all in?
I wouldn't say buy in. I guess just understanding how we do things as far as, like, for instance, on defense, we have this thing called loafs, Not every school runs to the ball, like, from the opposite field, corner all the way to this side, Not every school is doing that. So just, like I said, understanding the mentality of the pride defense, I would say, just the mentality we have overall.
How are the quarterbacks looking? Yeah.
I actually like the quarterbacks. I feel like they're good. Jackson has a good arm. Quinn being able to run. Huff, I really like Huff. I really like Ryan Huff. Good young guy. I'm a fan for sure.
Tell me about Quinn. What when you are facing him, you're playing defense.
Yeah.
What do you worry about with Quinn?
Quinn can beat you with his arm and legs. I feel like that's obvious. His ability to run and then also put the ball in the line, his arm power, his straight line arm power. I feel like he's very versatile, able to do a lot of different things that can challenge the defense. So definitely a challenge for sure.
All right, man.
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, sure. Quinn, how's your mindset changed, if at all, coming in here after the bowl game and just kind of, being the guy that a lot of people are looking to right now?
Mentality really hasn't changed. As Coach Ronnie says, every day is 1-0. I like to be where my feet are. Take every meeting, every practice very intentional, very important. I'm just working on bettering my game every day and bringing the team along with me. That's my main focus right now. So,
Do you feel like this is your job to lose, or is it a wide open competition? Or is it too soon to say?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think that's my place to say either, because again, Coach Ronnie, Coach Cook, it's in their hands. But I'm gonna treat it like I'm competing to earn this job. I got to earn everything I do. So that's where my mentality's at right now.
How's the chemistry? I know there's only one full-time starter that comes back from last year, Roche.
Yes, sir.
How are you developing the chemistry, especially with the receivers?
Chemistry's great. We hang out a lot outside of football. That was one thing that I was kind of almost not worried, but with all these new guys coming in the offseason, I think we meshed very well as a team. The receivers, the O-line, tight ends. I think we're building that bond every day for sure, and I think we're going to be a really close brotherhood when it's all said and done.
Along those lines in the past, it was, hey, we want to build on our 10-3 season. Now, is that simple now with so many new guys in this new landscape of college sports? Or is it more you're constructing this team to try to be as successful?
I think now is trying to keep the same culture as last year. Like, the guys that were here have to step it up even more, because we know what the mentality is. This is going to be my third year in this program. Me and other guys, like Dev, Mario, all those, we got to do our job to keep that culture going, establish it with the new guys, and just keep building that mentality. So I think that's really a challenge, and I think we're doing a good job of that so far.
Has much changed with Coach Cook taking over the offense?
In ways, I love him. I think he's done great so far. With everything he's doing, he's teaching us good, coaching us well. He's hard on us when we need to be, but I couldn't complain about anything. I think he's doing a great job, and the guys love him. So.
Is the language all the same?
For the most part, there's obviously some differences. That's not for me to say either, but it's definitely not all the same.
What is the one thing or two things, however many things you really needed to improve from last season to this season?
I think just my maturity in the pass game, I would say for sure. Just for me personally, I think just staying calm in the pocket and trusting my guys to win on the outside and deliver them a good ball. But you know, that's my main focus right now.
You're 2-0 as a starter, though, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How much does it help when you walk out here to think to yourself, I've won a bowl game as a quarterback?
Mhm.
Does that give you confidence?
Yeah, there's some confidence there to know that I have gone out there and I have done it before. But like I said earlier, I can't dwell on that. You know, there's new opponents this year that, you know, I got to prep for and all that. No game's the same, no day the same, no practice the same. So, you know, I'm just attacking every day, you know, to win that day, win that practice. So that's what it is.
How do you keep the momentum from the bowl game MVP rolling in the spring and into the fall?
I just got to stay confident. I think throughout the whole time there's going to be ups and downs in camp, in spring ball, in workouts, you know. But I think I have to do a good job of just keeping a level head and being that leader that guys can look to when things get tough and that sort of thing. But yeah, just confidence. I think that's about it.
What's your
You got a
major?
lot of national attention after that hit last year.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like dogging ODU and saying
Yeah.
bad things. Now's your chance. What happened? What happened?
You know, it's football. I got hit pretty hard. Training staff took good care of me in the tent, passed all the tests, and I was able to walk out in the field and play and finish the game and get the dub. So that's all that happened. Nothing too crazy.
What do you think of the criticism, though? People saying, like, you know, dogging ODU.
Shame on ODU.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all.
I mean, I think there's going to be critics everywhere with everything that happened, but, you know, I mean, I hope you guys could think I'm fine in the head, nothing wrong with me. I came back in the game, like, finished up, we got the win, so there's really nothing you can criticize. No, I'm good. It's all good.
You got a rushing touchdown after that.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all would have noticed if I was messed up, I wouldn't have been able to play quarterback. I wouldn't be able to call plays in the game and stuff, so I'm all good.
So no after effects.
No, and to be honest, I was kind of waiting for it, but I think it's because I kind of got hit in the chin, so it wasn't like in my head. Yeah, he came up to under my chin, so yeah, on the plane ride home, I was kind of waiting for it to hit me, but it never did. I woke up the next day fine, just a little bruise on my chin, and we were all good.
So it was helmet to chin contact?
I think so, because I think there's a picture of like the chin straps up my nose and this helmet's like up here, so that's what I think it was.
Lose any teeth?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No broken jaw or anything.
No.
And you guys, when you're hit like that, are trained to stay down for a minute. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of people made, you know, oh, he stayed down. He was knocked out.
Yeah, no, we're taught to stay down for a couple seconds, let the training staff come out. So, no worries.
Okay.
Good. Appreciate it, man.
So in high school, you were recruited by a lot of good academic schools, Harvard and others. What's your major now?
I'm a strategic marketing major with a minor in business.
Pretty good in school?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I made Dean's List my first semester. I've been all A's and B's, above a 3.0 right now. So, you know, my mom has harped on my academics my whole life, so she's on me for sure. She's always telling me I could do better. So, I have strong support at home, and the academic staff here does a great job of keeping us on track for sure. So, definitely have a good support team here.
So you chose ODU up at Harvard?
Yes. Yeah.
You get a scholarship here, right?
Yeah.
Is that the reason?
Yeah, and you know, as a kid, I've always dreamed of playing big-time college football, and I felt ODU gave me the best chance, and the coaching staff here, I meshed with them the best, and you know, that's really why I wanted to come here. You know, I've been a football guy, so.
Did Ricky's history at Penn State have anything to do with it?
Definitely. My favorite quarterback of all time is Trace McSorley, so that definitely helped, and seeing what he did at Penn State in 2016 and on, I mean, that definitely got my attention for sure. And being able to talk to Coach Ronnie about his Penn State days and stuff, I love it. So it definitely had an impact.
Okay.
You guys good? Perfect.
Thanks, Quinn.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.